Welcome to the Get Going podcast. I'm Ash.
And I'm Ethan, and we're here to help you forget everything you've learned about the fitness industry. Alright, so we're back, and today we're going to go through some frequently asked questions a couple of people have sent in.
Some clients and friends like that. They just wanted to find out a few questions. So, John from Q wants to know how to train when traveling. So,
Ooh, that's a
I
good
guess, say you're going away for 2 weeks. What's he going to do?
Well, I know what I do, so I'll still build my habits around my trade. Like in terms of when I'm traveling, I'll still keep my similar habits. Obviously, you can't stick to everything, but what I'll do is like, for example, if I go to Thailand, I'll go and do like a small session at home in the apartment or whatever it is before I leave for the day. So that literally looks like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I would base it around like maybe like full body resistance and a bit of cardio. So like push-ups, squats, sit-ups, 20 reps each, 3 sets, 4 sets.
Just maintaining a little bit of fitness.
That's it.
You're not looking to build on your fitness. You're looking to maintain it really when you're traveling. Unless you're going for like 2 months or something like that. You want to
maybe
obviously progress a little bit.
Yeah, but we'll talk about the most generic thing when people go on holiday for 10 days or something. The most important thing for you over that time is to maintain progress without losing anything. Yeah. So like, obviously your food is going to be a little bit all over the place because you're traveling. So just focus on things you have control over, which is things like full body resistance at your apartment. Otherwise, keep just an active lifestyle. So if you're going to Europe, maybe jump into some hikes that you might not have
I was going to say that, yeah. Well, I'm going to the US in October for 2 weeks. So my plan is I train at the moment probably 5 days a week, maybe 6.
So start a maintenance program while you're over there or something.
I'm just going to maintain it. So I'm probably going to be staying in like Airbnbs and stuff like that. So I'm only going to have like half an hour, 45-minute sessions to do. But I'll just do body weight stuff. And then during the day, I'll just do some active things. Like maybe I'll ride down Venice Beach or something like that. But
good tip.
Looking for, like you said, like hikes and stuff like that. It's always good.
A good tip as well is to write out what you want to do over there before you go. So like if you've got a small program that's 20 minutes, plan it before you go. Because when you're over there, you're probably not going to want to spend time planning your workouts.
Yeah.
So if you're not someone like us who can just spin off a workout in 5 minutes, then take that extra time while you're in, where you're from and actually plan the workout before you go.
And I think it's important as well to do that from the beginning of the trip. So if you don't do it in the first couple of days, you're probably not going to do it for the rest. So start it from the beginning or you won't do it at all.
Nice. Next, what do we got?
All right, Stacey from Wheelers Hill. Why aren't I losing weight if I'm training 6 days a week? No real background on training or anything
what she's doing.
But what's the most common reason that someone's not going to lose weight?
Well, there could be 2 factors, right? One, you're training soft as, you're walking every day and you're still eating crap. 2,
you're overtraining.
You could be overtraining, right? So there's 2.
Under or over?
Under or over. Or food's absolutely spastic. So let's assume that her food's really good because we have no backstory, right? If her food's great and she's doing everything right there, then maybe she's training too many times a week, too intensely. So maybe every session looks like HIIT. So that way her body's just in shock. So it's not losing body fat there.
Or it's just used to it completely.
Exactly. So there's no change. So maybe what could be good there is back it off to like 3 or 4 days of full body resistance, maybe throw in 2 to 3 HIIT sessions, then change up that routine. If you're not losing weight or body fat with something you're doing, then you need to change something, right? So don't just keep going on with that, especially if you're training 6 days a week and not losing weight.
We're not sure how long she's been doing it. She might have been doing it for 6 months and she might be doing 6 days of exactly the same type of training.
The other option is maybe she's just walking.
Yeah,
they call that training. So let's assume that she's overtraining. So if you're overtraining, try and spend 1 week and put an emphasis on sleep, hydration, and back off your training and see if you get a good response there.
And nutrition, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's probably the most likely.
Let's be honest, it's nutrition.
Yeah. So definitely jump into nutrition and have a look at that. All right. Next one, Mick from Toorak. Or Mick. I'm new to the gym. How should I break up my training so I'm getting weights and cardio? So what should he do in terms of frequency and breaking it up?
Well, I'd always build a solid, like especially if it depends on his goals. Is there anything about his goals there?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so let's assume that his goals is to lose.
I'd say he's obviously looking to tone up and lose some weight.
Everyone's goals, right? Yeah. Lose body fat, increase muscle mass a little bit. Okay, so let's assume he's doing that. Let's first priority, get a foundation of resistance training, yeah? So make sure you are doing at least 2 to 3 resistance training sessions a week. Or what I like to do is set minutes goals. So maybe 90 minutes of resistance per week and 100 minutes or 60 minutes of cardio per week.
And when he's doing that, like we've talked about in other podcasts, full body sessions. If he's new to the gym, like he is, you don't want to split routine it.
Yeah. Next, let's go.
All right. Aaron from Kui Rup, how much will alcohol affect fat loss for me? It must be on the beers a couple of days a week. So.
Yeah. Look, alcohol is honestly one of the most detrimental things you can have, especially for fat loss.
It's actually the fourth macro.
Yeah, well, it is 7 calories.
Your body can't store it, so it utilizes it.
It's honestly like alcohol. Even if you take away alcohol, like the effects it has on your metabolism for a second, also the fact that when you drink, you eat bad. Usually,
yeah, it's probably the biggest detriment.
The way I kind of say about alcohol is, if like I'm not saying one beer, but if you go out and have a binge on a Friday, your Friday's ruined, your Saturday's ruined, your Sunday's probably ruined, and you're coming into the week probably feeling worse.
You're not training. You're probably eating bad. Plus the alcohol, it's definitely going to...
It's the reset button on your metabolism. So if you've been putting a lot of good work in and your metabolism's feeling heightened, and you'll know this by if you start eating more meals per day and you're getting hungry off those, it's a good sign of your metabolic boost. And then you go out and have, some drinks with the boys or whatever it is, and you blow that out of proportion, you'll come into Monday feeling full, bloated, metabolism's down. So
we're assuming that he's talking about binge drinking or just going pretty hard on the drinks. If you're having a wine or two every now and then, it's not going to really affect anything. It's not going to do anything. But we're assuming that he's talking about having 12 beers. So
if you're gonna have a binge drink, then you basically just think of it like this: every time you have a binge drink, you lose 3 or 4 days. That's the way to think about it. Now, if there's only 7 days in a week and you're losing 3 or 4 days, you're losing over half of your week. Yes,
it is going to affect it. Quan from Springvale. Can I out-train a bad diet?
No.
Short answer.
No, it's really that's it. Like, think about it like this, like one, meal, even like comparison, like 2 Wheat Bix is equivalent to 3 sachets of oats. Now that's 2 pretty good foods. Can you imagine if you put that in retrospect for...
Yeah, I mean, like if you're having Macca's for breakfast and KFC for dinner and then you smash in the gym, you're still not going to see that many results. You're not going to get lean off that.
No, just honestly...
You can spend 6 hours in the gym and still not burn it off.
If you could outwork a bad diet, I'd be working. So I could eat that, but no. Quan, sorry, buddy.
No? All right. Sam from Bentley. Does low to moderate cardio actually do anything to help with fat loss?
It's a controversial topic, this one, because people...
Talk about experience. I think in my experience, it does.
100%. Every time I've done it, I've noticed amazing results.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's very easy to track and stick to. That's what I think is great about it. The plan that you will do is always the best plan.
It's got other benefits as well. Like I find that if I go for a morning walk or something like that, it's always better for my day. Clears the head a little bit. But I found that, it definitely helped lean up my body a little bit.
Definitely. And like I do if I'm going to do a walk, I'll do it fasted first thing in the morning so there's no food in my stomach. That way I'm focusing on my fat stores. But people will say that, fasted cardio is crap. But anyone do fasted cardio for 8 weeks and do it properly, I guarantee you'll notice a massive difference.
And you're still expending more energy, and at the very least, you're at least getting out there and doing a little bit more exercise.
Also, it's a lot easier to get yourself to go for a 20-30 minute walk than it is to go do burpees for an hour or whatever it is.
Like burpees, yeah.
So obviously a walk's going to be easy to stick to, and you can base it around your lifestyle.
And it's a supplement. It's not your program. It's just it's like a protein powder to the rest of your meals.
Yeah.
Anyway,
next one.
Yeah. Britt from Glen Waverley, can I train while pregnant? Depends.
Yes.
You can?
I always say that if you're already training before you got pregnant, then don't change.
You can maintain it, obviously up to a certain
point.
point.
A few of my clients will train until the 2 or 3 weeks out. Then I have some clients who can't manage it and will quit in the first few weeks.
There's some things that you've got to take into account there, though.
Yeah, for sure. Like you might get pregnancy-based diabetes. You might get... there's other things that can happen. You have muscle
obviously, it affects the way you train as well. You can't you're not going to go on your stomach, and you can't lift things over your head once you get further down the pregnancy. But you just got to alter it, but you can still train while you're pregnant.
And one of the worst things you can do is really stop training. And for the baby's health as well, it's really beneficial to train, as well as your own your own mental health. Because obviously you're going through quite a stressful time. It's important to have that time away from things. And I found that clients that do stick at training while they're pregnant bounce back a lot faster than the ones that don't.
Yeah, and also if you think about it, if you stop training from the start of the pregnancy, you're going to have all that time off training. And then getting back into training after that is going to be really hard.
You got 9 months, and then you got a C-section, you've got to wait about 7 to 8 weeks, and then you've got another 2 months. So 11 months.
Basically you got almost a year off training instead of, half that.
Even less. You could have 8 weeks off. You could have 2 or 3 months off training instead of 11 to 12 months.
That's going to be super beneficial. So yes, you should, if you are training, train while pregnant. Can I have caffeine if I want to lose weight? Rick from Berwick.
Yes. Was the question? Can I have caffeine if I want to lose weight?
Yeah. So I suppose it's...
Yeah, sure. Just don't abuse it like any drug, right?
Yeah, and keep the milk to a little bit of a low point.
Well, exactly. If you're having 9 strong flat whites, large, with 14 sugars in each one, then obviously you're not going to lose weight, right? But if you're having like...
That's what you put in the coffee.
Exactly.
How much of it you're having.
And what's the rest of your day? Like if you're having...
Caffeine itself isn't going to affect it.
Generally 2 to 3 coffees a day is not going to blow your results out of proportion if everything else is going right. If you're trying to get sub 8% body fat, then maybe we need to look at your coffees. But if for the average person trying to get down to a healthy state, looking good, feeling good, 2 or 3 coffees, easy, fine, don't stress.
Can or should I have pre-workout just from Maribyrnong?
Do you?
I don't. I used to have it. I
I
used to have it like 6 months ago, and I was just finding that I didn't really enjoy the workouts as much. I was focusing
Become
more
dependent on it, don't you?
Become dependent, and I was just having it just because I was used to it. And I found throughout the workout, sometimes after I was trained for about 30 to 40 minutes, I became really fatigued instead of just kind of, slowly becoming fatigued. It was just like instant. I was just boom, hit the wall.
It's kind of like coffee, isn't it? If you have if you have lots of coffees every single day, all the time, and then you have a few days off coffee, you notice you get the headaches, you're having withdrawal symptoms from those coffees, right? So you become dependent on coffee. It's the same with pre-workout. If you're having pre-workout to work out every single meal, you have a dependency on it, which means that you need it to train, and you don't get the effects of it the way you should. So by having it every now and then when you feel like you are not going to get a training session in otherwise.
That's the only way I think you should have it. If you're thinking about not going to the gym because you're so tired that you can't, but you still want to get in there, then that might be something you can think about, but I would definitely not just have it as
don't build a foundation around pre-workout.
That's it for the facts.
That's it. All right. Nice.